Welcome to the 10th episode of In the Kitchen with a Single Dad. I'm the Single Dad. I'm your host, Nate Mercer, and tonight we're gonna celebrate double digits of the show by cooking steaks. But not steaks like you would normally think of traditionally. I'm gonna teach you guys how to make poor man steaks with some rice and gravy and some English peas. I think you're gonna love it, so let's go ahead and get into it right now. First things first, we wanna get our rice cooking. What I did was go ahead and add 2.5 cups of water to 2 cups parboiled rice. I added a tablespoon of butter and some salt. You bring it up to boil, and we're just gonna turn it down low and cover it with a lid and let it simmer for 20-25 minutes until all the water's absorbed. That's it, very easy. To make the poor man steaks, what I've done is I've taken 2 pounds of ground beef, 1 raw egg, 1/2 cup of panko breadcrumbs. You can use Italian style breadcrumbs, that's fine, it's just as long as it's a dry breadcrumb. And then a French onion soup mix in a can. I added 1/3 cup into this mix. Now we're gonna add some salt and some pepper, and we're gonna mix these poor man steaks right on up. Once we mix it all up, we just want to go ahead and break it into 6 hopefully even portions, and we're going to patty them out like you would a burger, just kind of make them into an oval shape. And we're going to do all 6 of these just like that. One of the key steps to making these poor man steaks is using salted butter. We're gonna saute or sear off our patties in salted butter. And one of the keys to the flavor that we're gonna get is using the butter with Worcestershire sauce in it while we sear it in that. And the flavor that you're gonna get from that, it's really amazing. So we're just gonna go ahead, melt some butter down, and then add some Worcestershire sauce. And you can see it starts to create like a nice brown butter. It smells really good. And once this gets hot enough, we're gonna drop our patties in. Alright guys, we've been letting these cook for a couple minutes until we can see that they're starting to brown. Kitchen's starting to smell awesome. You can see all the fat that's being released from the ground beef. So what we're going to do, before you flip them over, drain the excess fat, then flip them, then we'll drain the fat again before we add the mushrooms and the sauce. But I just want to make sure that you did that as part of the steps to making these poor man steaks awesome. Okay guys, to make the sauce for it, what I've done, I've taken a tablespoon of just regular all-purpose flour. We're gonna add the rest of that can of soup that we didn't put into the poor man steaks. And we're gonna add 1/4 cup of water. And we're gonna stir that up until it's smooth. And once we get all the lumps of the flour out, we're gonna add 1/4 cup of ketchup, a half teaspoon of ground or dried mustard, and about a tablespoon more of Worcestershire sauce. And we're gonna mix that all up, and then we're gonna add our chopped mushrooms, sliced mushrooms onto the top of those steaks, cover it up with the sauce, and cover it up, cook it for another 20 minutes till they're done. We've got both sides of our steaks here seared off and drained of the excess fat. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and cover them up with our sliced mushrooms. And then we're going to pour that nice sauce that we made right over top. And then we're going to cover them back up and cook them for about, I'd say, 20 minutes until they're cooked all the way through and our gravy is nice and thick. So the last component of our dish tonight is going to be some sweet peas. Just like this guy right here, that's my sweet pea.
And I'm gonna cook the sweet peas.
He's gonna cook the sweet peas. So all we did was, even though these are microwavable, we try not to ever use Chef Mike, AKA the microwave. So we got some, a cup and a half of water boiling. Here, Connor, man, I'll tell you what. Why don't you take the bag of peas? All right, I'm gonna bring the water down to you. I want you to go ahead and drop those peas in there. Just be careful so the water don't splash up on you. All right? Just pour them right in there. There you go, buddy. Good job. My man, give me 5. Boom!
Boom!
And then so once you get those peas, once you get them drop in there, just go ahead and add a little salt and pepper. And we'll let them boil for a little bit, and then we'll just finish them off with some butter, and that's it. That's a wrap. We're ready to eat dinner. Okay guys, this is a perfect lesson for real life situations that when they happen in the kitchen, this is how you save your meal from ruining it. While I was sidetracked trying to film the next scene with Connor, the poor man's steaks were on the burner and that flour was sticking to the bottom of the pan. I had the pan up too high, it was on there too long, it was beginning to scorch. As you can see in the pan they were in, it was beginning to scorch. So once I started to smell it, the first thing you need to do is immediately remove your protein and everything out of that pan, throw it into a new pan, and because I did that, I caught it in time, and dinner's not going to be ruined tonight, so we're still going to be able to have some delicious poor man steaks. Alright guys, in the moment we've been waiting for, when you can sit down with your family and enjoy the meal and a conversation, we'd like to thank everybody for the continued support and sharing our videos on Facebook. We really appreciate it. Connor, where are you at right now, buddy?
In the kitchen with single dad.
Madison, what would you like to say to him?
I hope everyone had a wonderful Cinco de Mayo, and like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Absolutely, and like as always, we like to sign off by saying, until next time,
See you later.
see you later.
Boom!
Boom!
Boom.